My name is Paul Strand, and I was born as an American in 1980 in New York, and I died in 1976 in France. In the early 1930s, I went to New Mexico and photographed artist friends and acquaintances. I went for more of a humanistic approach to classic photography. I then traveled to Mexico and I started to take pictures of landscape, architecture, and people in their daily lives. Back when I was in New York, I worked in theater and filmmaking, including a movie called Manhattan, which was a silent film showing everyday life in New York City. In 1943, I went to New England and returned to still photography. I moved to Europe in the early 1950s, where I traveled and photographed for the remaining years of my life. I took pictures of people living their daily lives in New York because it added quality. I once said, "It is one thing to photograph people, it is another to make others care about them by revealing the core of their humanness." Taking photographs of people who did not realize it added a realistic feel to the picture, and it made my people seem more human. I chose these photos to take inspiration from because they really showed my style of photography. The way I used light in the black and white photos gave an interesting feel to it. I tried to recreate that feel today in the modern world by showing similar techniques using shadows and light. Instead of really having people pose, I allowed them to just have a flat expression on their face, which made the photograph more meaningful. By trying to recreate the light from my original photos, I attempted to keep the style of photograph quite similar. I found that these photos seemed more easily relatable because you could really see the emotion in the model's eyes. The shadows allowed me to develop interesting shapes and spaces which were not there before. It made sort of an optical illusion which I found to be rather unique. Again, I am Paul Strand, and thank you for listening.